Since I've gotten sober, there's a lot of things I've learned, and I need to get them off my chest. And so it goes. Dear addiction, when I was young, I only knew how to survive. I did not have the sophistication to cope, so instead of death by bullet or rope, I chose you. And yes, I admit you were not my first choice, but I very quickly learned to love you with everything that I was, and those were not pretty years. Or at least that's what the objective evidence would suggest, because at best I can only muster a haze. As if though the emotional wounds diverted the scar tissue to my eyes, I was blinded to reality, but that suited me just fine. I love the way that you kept the pain of loss at bay. But hey, that doesn't mean they didn't leave, and that didn't tear me apart, but by then the years of apathy had already anesthetized my heart. And I love how you kept me distracted, like erecting circus sideshows next to a 10-car pileup on the highway. It's strange and maybe it's pathetic, but it was enough to keep the delusion of detachment around, which was profound because I was in that wreckage, dying. Yet you taught me to keep my eyes on the showgirls and ignore the bleeding, so I did. I suppressed the pain, till it became a cold, hard lump at the core of my being, and odd as it may sound, I found it so safe and so freeing to lock myself in your oh so familiar chains. You were a faithful friend, always there for me when I needed you, but then always there when I never wanted you around. So thank you, but screw you, because when I asked you to take the pain away, I did not invite you to take the joy with it too. And they say that people will forget a lot of things, but they will never forget the way you made them feel. And so if numb is a feeling, then I will never forget you for it, because all I can think about is the everything you made me never feel. Dear addiction, I realize now how my relationship with you was a lot like bungee jumping without a cable, buzzing on anxiety and dread as I plunged from higher highs to deeper death. And then I don't know how it happened or why it happened, but I got lynched from that fall. And just before I lost it all and exploded into the ground, I felt grace wrapping around my legs till I could feel it thumping in my chest. Love is a bungee cable, and it snapped back, cracked, ripped me back towards the sky from whence I came. And in that awkward moment where gravity catches you again, you sort of hang in the static. The blood pressure returned a little closer to normal, and the blurriness faded from my vision, and I was confronted with this heavenly perspective of the hell I almost crashed into. When the scar tissue was removed from my eyes, I was forced to face the man I had become. Dear addiction, you're so deceptive and secretive that even those closest to me had no idea that you were there and that you were killing me. And you were killing me, sapping life and love from me while showing no signs of remorse. And yet still I was faithful to you, my faithful friend, my faithful destroyer. And I realize now how you drowned out the real me. Heck, I was so caught up in my endorphin delusion, so riddled with anger and confusion about who I really was, and if I even was at all, because you had me convinced I was someone else altogether. My ego was jacked with pomp and flattery, saying, hey, it's Macklemore, when I was just Benjamin Haggerty. Or you're not Marshall Mathers, heck, you're Eminem, bro, so won't the real Kurt Schröder please stand up? No, because I'm not so slim, and these days I'm so shady, baby, I'm hardly ever here. But right now, I choose to be present. Because I got so used to running to you to escape my present pain that I forgot the way back to reality. So caught up in the facade and the fantasy that I could not see the nuclear war that was raging on inside of me. It was Chernobyl, and you were a cockroach chilling in the aftermath. And like that cockroach, you are so insidious and toxic that you can survive, that you can thrive in almost every situation, and I hate that. Because you were present in my every situation, and I hate that. Because you stole from my every situation, and actually I hate that because I let you. Dear addiction, you are not a disease. However much I wish you were, because then I would never have to face the fact that I chose you. I chose you. I chose you. Every single time I chose you, and yet I could make no other choices. Two roads diverged in a wood, and I, overwhelmed by decision, sat down, and that has made all the difference. You made me pathetic. No, I allowed you to make me pathetic. Watching my own life pass me by, crying, victim, victim, why me no more? It is over. We are through. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see. So dear listener, dear addict, there is hope, and I know him well. Yours sincerely, the real Kurt Schröder. Thank you.